to give you guys an update of what's been going on. If I look very tired, there's a good reason for that. YouTube has been having some issues lately. I thought it was just me, but it looks like it's a bunch of people. Not a bunch, and that's kind of the problem. I've been looking up all kinds of things, what's been going on. Like most YouTubers nowadays, a lot of us edit from our phones. That's how I'm able to get videos out so fast and all this good stuff. But apparently there's been some issues, some problems with uploading videos from your phone. Hey DJI, what's up, buddy? So apparently what's going on is the apps are the problem. Computer worked just fine. My computer works fine. I was able to upload the video finally. I had to go through some different things and just trying to get it together. But one of the issues I was dealing with was editing. Editing when you upload a video to YouTube, there's a series of things you have to go through. One of them, especially if you're monetized, you got to be careful that there's no copyrights in your video. That is why I had to take the video down today. A lot of you guys saw the Target video get posted about 12 o'clock. That was not my fault. When I had redone the stuff, the settings, all my settings were changed, and it had set it to public like instantly. So as soon as the video uploaded, it went live, and I don't know how that happened, but I couldn't edit it from my phone to that. I had to go into the computer to literally take it off. And I hated that we already had like 500 views on the video. But like I said, there's a process you have to go through to make sure, I go through the stores and stuff, and there's usually a lot of music playing in the background. So I always have to do the checks and everything to make sure that there's no copyrights or anything like that. So I appreciate a lot of you guys getting on here tonight. It's been a very frustrating couple days, and I'll go through that process here in a minute because I know a lot of you all who watch the channel here are YouTubers. So if this has been affecting you, I'm going to answer a couple of those questions. I did send an email to YouTube, so I'm sure they're pretty busy right now, so they haven't gotten back to me yet, but hopefully I can get this worked out. It is not just from my phone either. I have the tablet here. I was not able to do anything. I couldn't edit the video from the tablet, my phone, any app. I was able to do it on the computer, which I hate because it takes so long. There's so many more steps you have to do on computer, as you may know. Now, I realize that some people are used to it, but I am not. I am on the fly, as you guys know, and let's see. Yeah, so one question here. I missed today's video. Hope all is well. Yes, everything is well. That's another reason why I wanted to do the live show tonight, just to let you guys know, because you know that I post a video every day. And we did want to make sure that we were, in touch with you guys to let you know everything's fine, especially because everybody's been sick, and with Jessica's kidney stone, I didn't want anybody to worry and all that stuff. But we're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. But I was up till 1 in the morning trying to figure out what was going on. Jessica ended up just telling me to get into bed. So I went to bed, and I woke up about 3:30 in the morning, and I've been at it ever since. And I finally got it uploaded. So if you happen to watch part of the Target video and it went down, I apologize for that. It is a very interesting video of some of the things that are going on here right now. But if you want to, it will be out at 8:30 in the morning. You can watch it then. And here's a big thing too. This is my job now. This is what I do for a living. When all that came out, it didn't even allow me the chance to monetize the video. So there would have been no ads. So I'm not getting paid for it. And more importantly, you guys know that this is a time sensitive channel here where we put out the sales. We put out things that are on sale to try and save you money. And not to say that the money's not important. I can afford to take a day off. That's not really the point. The point is that there's a lot of things in these videos that, like I said, are time sensitive. We have to get these videos out because there's dates on them, and it's like with a lot of, like Kroger, because of all this, I wasn't able to go to Kroger today. Now I hope to go tomorrow, and hopefully everything goes smooth. Hopefully YouTube has this fixed, because it's a headache. I learned a lot today. I learned what to do, what not to do. and a lot of other things we'll discuss maybe on Friday. Like I said, I don't want to. We are going to do the Friday night live show, and that will be somewhere between 7:30 and 8. But I will post that. Oh yeah, Epic Economist, huh? Yeah, yeah, he likes us. No, he's it's an interesting show. Interesting show. And I'm glad that we're able to reach more people because of it. I think that's awesome. They do a good job of bringing the facts. I know a lot of you guys have said it's a lot of doom and gloom. It sounds that way, but you know what? I did a lot of research on the stuff that he said on Kroger, 100% correct. So whether people like it or not, facts are facts. Um, yeah, I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, sorry, I am pretty exhausted. So for those of you who do have YouTube channels, I did want to go in. Hello, everybody. I know I see all of you on here. Bonnie, Nancy, Lori. Um, yes, Lori. Lori is another YouTuber. I don't know. Do you use your phone a lot? Because if you do, this is definitely something you want to listen to real quick. So, like last night after I got done editing the video, no problems with that. I have software that's fine. You know, I actually pay for it because it's better than, you know, your free stuff. And not saying that the free isn't. I did the free stuff for a long time, but when I started making money at this, I was like, I can do things to make the videos a little more smooth. And really, it's not much better than the free. But anyway, so what happened was I edited the video and everything was fine. And then when you edit your video, you have to process the video, you have to convert it, right? Because it has to convert through a series of things in order for you to be able to send it, right? Because all the editing and stuff like that, it has to refit. You know, that's a better word, I think. But anyway, so I tried to upload it on YouTube, and usually you just have to click share to YouTube, and it just kept spinning and spinning, buffering. Thought it was my internet. Went to the internet. So hopefully I can save you a few steps here. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with the YouTube app. Now I use Android. Even the Samsung here, I use Android. So it could just be Android. Not sure if that affects iPhone. Um, I looked and searched everywhere online, and if you try to search, it's just going to show you things that are pretty obvious, like turn it off and turn it back on again. Like, really? Like, but you know, it's just something. It's something that you have to go through every now and then, I guess. But you know, it was a real headache. I did a lot of research trying to figure out what was going on, how this has affected people in the past, and they all pretty much had the same answers: to wipe it all off your phone or tablet or computer in that case, and then reinstall it. I did all that. Everything was still the same. Nothing has changed. Now, here is the really tough thing, okay? It wasn't so much that I couldn't get the video on with my phone. I pretty much had given up on that. I'm like, well, gonna have to do it on computer. Gonna have to reconfigure everything and put it on computer. And my computer is not working properly. Now, it's not the best computer, but I mean, there were things, I don't use it much, so, you know, it could have just been an operator malfunction. I don't know, but there were a lot of things that were going wrong. So I was like, at that point, I went to bed. I was like, forget it. I just won't put a video out tomorrow. And I got up and I started doing a little more research, found some things, figured it out on the computer. And then I come to find out that when I tried to edit, because even when you are uploading a video to YouTube, you can edit everything else. And when I say edit, I mean there's another process after you upload it to YouTube, like monetization, making sure there's no copyrights, filling in your description of the video, tags, if people even use tags anymore. I do. I don't think it really helps much, but I do anyway. And I couldn't edit it from the YouTube studio. I couldn't do anything. I still, right now, I can't do anything. I click on to edit each video. I can't even go into old videos and edit those. and that's kind of disturbing, because, you know, like if something would, that's why I had to take the video down. I'm like, I can't do anything. I have to completely take it down because I don't want to risk getting a copyright strike or something like that. So, and you know, you worry about 1,000 different things too. It's like when this becomes your livelihood, you know, you start thinking like, oh, I need to make sure that this is going to work. And I was relieved to find out that when I did it all on computer, it worked, and that it wasn't just me. And throughout the day, I have seen some other things. You guys mentioned in the comments that a couple YouTubers that you guys watched, they were having the same issues, and I hate that they are having the same issues, but I was able to breathe a little bit because it's like, okay, this isn't just me. That's what I was worried about. Like, did something happen to the channel, you know, or what's going on here? I didn't know. So I don't know. But it's something I hope they get fixed quick. Like I said, this has been going on since last night, and as of right now, it's still not working. So I don't know. I was able to put up the Target video. Normally, I wouldn't say, hey, go back and watch my video. But yeah, go back and watch the Target video because everybody who watched it, it was incorrectly done. So if you want to see the full video, and if you made it all the way through it, I know some people were saying they made it all the way through the video, which I thought was kind of interesting because I canceled the video like not even 10 minutes into it, and the video is about 20 minutes long. I couldn't believe by the time I actually went to go lay down. When I finally got the video uploaded and everything, because I planned on putting it out at 8:30 tomorrow morning. And I told Jess, I said, I can rest now. And I went into the bedroom, laid down. Jess comes in about 5 minutes later and says, your video just uploaded. And I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, I'm freaking out at this point. Like, and by the time I got up, got organized, and had to actually delete the video from the computer, not my phone, couldn't do it. Like 500 people had already watched the video, and I'm like, ugh. And I was debating like keeping it on there and just not getting paid for it. But you know, it was like not just at that point. I didn't want to, you know, because I didn't have the monetization and all that. I didn't want to get any copyrights. So that was the main reason I took it down. Like I said, I'm not worried about a video that I'm not getting paid for a day, more so as I am getting in trouble for it. So, I mean, that's, you know, you got to be careful when you're putting these videos up. Let's see. Oh, I see Jess is on here. Hey, Dave. Yeah, so thank you all for joining in tonight. Yes, don't forget to give us a like, help spread the live show out here. I really wish, you know, I'm not very good at titles. As you guys know, I do a lot of the same titles and stuff, mostly because I do the titles that are working. And anybody that ever says it's clickbait, we all know it's not clickbait. It's the same titles mostly because we grab a big audience. We need to discuss these things with a big audience. And it's not because I want 100,000 subscribers. You guys know that. It's because the more we get on here, the more we're able to help people. And that's the hard thing. The hardest thing for me was breaking schedule here. I am a punctual person. I do like to have things listed on time and ready to go, you know, especially with like our Meyer and Kroger videos. You know, we just, those videos have to come out at a certain time. You know, tomorrow's morning's video should have been Kroger. Well, it's going to be Target because I don't have Kroger. I've been busy doing this all day. For that, I apologize, but yeah, it's not my fault. So I always think it is up until, you know, I was like, what did I do wrong? Did I hit the wrong button? But, you know, hopefully this can help a couple of you. I did try to put some tags into this live show to where maybe other people who are having this problem will see this and realize that it's not just you. Because, yeah, after searching forever, I only found a few people that I feel like this affected. But, yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about, you know, because, again, when this is your livelihood, you think about that, too. Like, I can't get a video out here. There was something that happened. I don't know how many of you guys know this, or if it was really big. I probably didn't talk about it, but a couple months ago, there were thousands and thousands and thousands of people where their ad revenue was like cut in half. Now it was a glitch, and YouTube fixed it in like less than 8 hours. But I was seeing videos on it everywhere, and I was like, thank God it ain't just me, you know. And yeah, all of that, all the revenue and stuff like that was back later in the day. But and I'm not saying I'm not hoping it, but I just hope that they're working as fast on this as they were on that. I know it's probably a little different when you're affecting people's paychecks, but yeah, you know, it's a scary situation. It really is, because they hold your livelihood in their hands, and you know, you want to make sure that you know everything's working out. And I would have gone to, you know, I would do anything it takes at this point. You know, there's a uh, want to call it not a survival fund, but you know, it's like we try to set money set aside for things like this. If it was my phone, I would have just went and got a new phone, right? Tax write off, because I use it for business. But I've tried several different outlets. I've tried the tablet, the phone, a couple other things, and it's the app. It's the app, the YouTube Studio app, mixing in with the YouTube itself app is just, I don't know. There's something wrong. There's something not working. But yeah, Lori, I hope that helps you out. If you do use your phone, anybody who uses your phone on YouTube, um, I would definitely make sure you know how to do it on computer too. It's a lot harder on computer, and it takes a lot of work, especially if you don't use a camera a lot and you don't use an SD card. Because if you use your phone, you do have to transfer all your information over to an SD card. Now that's another issue I was having, was um, I was trying to do stuff online and transfer it online, have things backed up, which I do anyway. But it was having an issue where I was running out of space. Everything that could have went wrong today went wrong, but we figured it out. We got the video up there, and I was glad that I was able to get it out for tomorrow morning. It'll be out at 8:30. It's an interesting video. Target is. I don't know what's going on at Target. I don't know what's going on in a lot of these stores, but I know everybody says prices are going down. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it for a while. I know those of you who've been here for a long time know this time last year, I was very optimistic. I was like, there's no way this could keep going up this much forever, right? And I still believe that at some point it's going to level off and things will get cheaper. Well, you know, that's why we continue to find the sales, because we still find good deals. This time of year, it's a little far and few between because we're right after Christmas and stuff like that. But they still have the buy five or more, save $1 each deal going on at Kroger. Although, and a lot of you guys have said this from last week's video, and I agree with you, there's not very many good items on that this time around. I feel like it's kind of the leftovers that they couldn't sell before Christmas. I do use cloud. Yeah, that's what I use, Dave. And it was a nightmare. Oh, yeah, there's got to be an easier way than what I was doing. But I don't, Dave, you know all about that stuff, man. I use my phone for pretty much everything, or my tablet now, and I probably have not uploaded a video to YouTube on my computer since last year, maybe. It's been a long time. The phone is so much easier. When you're doing everything on computer, unless you have like a touch screen computer, when you're editing stuff, you always got to use the mouse, right? And it's like, I see people that, when you're good at it, you're good at it. I get it. But it does. It takes a lot of extra time. It takes more time for your thumbnails. It takes more time just for everything. And plus the system that I have, I don't even know how I would edit on the the other software that I have on the computer. It is very difficult. Yeah, you got that right. I get a lot of old man naps. Well, thank you, Rajiv. Thank you. And we'll chat here for a couple minutes. Yeah, really, that's all I wanted to talk about. Just letting you guys know what happened. Thank you very much, Fat Cats Heaven. Thank you. Really appreciate the super chat there. Per astrology, now in Mercury, retrograde happens a couple times a year. Happens a couple times a year in there. Computer and electronic issues and screw ups with communication. Be patient and double check everything and go with the flow. That is well put. Well put right there. And you know what? That's usually, I would say 3 or 4 years ago, that was me. I was even keel all the time, never let anything bother me. But yeah, technology and computers and stuff. It's hard doing these videos, guys. I know it seems easy and it's, it flows so well. And I know it's like 20, 30 minutes. Doesn't seem like it's really hard. I've said this before. For the videos I do, I make them less than 30 minutes, but it's like an hour and a half that I have to cut down into one video. I take all because there's a lot of jargon, that I say, or something don't sound right, or there's music in the background. There's a lot of stuff that I have to cut out in each video. And, I guess just being on this path for so long, it's really just kind of, it's taken a hold of me in a lot of ways. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you very much. Thank you for doing these videos. I enjoy them and they are very helpful. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. It's comments like those that give me the motivation to get up and do this every day. It is a lot of work, but you know what? It's a lot of reward too. And I don't mean money. I mean, how many people we are helping on this channel is amazing. You guys are the adventure. You guys are the reasons why I still have adventure in the title, because it's an adventure every time we go out there these days. Every time we go into the stores and just anywhere. I mean, it's crazy tough times right now. And I just hope that what we're doing can make it a little easier. A little easier on you. It makes it easier on us too, because we get comments about things, things from the West Coast and stuff, and we're seeing a trail like from Kansas to Indianapolis. Well, we know once it hits Indy, it's coming to Cincinnati. I mean, you guys have saved us a lot of money and us figuring out, like, okay, potatoes are going up to $10, No, they're not, but I'm just saying. Well, they might be. Who knows? Yes, it's funny. Sometimes, where I notice that the most there, Tracy, is Aldi. Aldi is like, it's not a very big store, and it's all like concrete walls all around, and there's always a kid he could be in one corner, she could be in another corner, and it just echoes through. And I think kids actually like that. I think because they can hear their echo through Aldi, I think they really enjoy that because, yeah, I can't edit all of it out. You're right on time, Eileen. That's right, Jess. Yes, the stores are empty. Guys, Target looked ugly. We're just gonna. I really. That was all I wanted to talk about the YouTube thing. But Target looked ugly. It looked bad. There's a lot of stuff missing. I talked to a guy. When you see the very beginning of the video, I start talking about the refrigeration and everything. It must have been broken or something. There was a guy I talked to, and he said there's nobody to put anything away. And I'm looking at like all these they're doing the, not click list, but whatever they call it, the shoppers, they're going around doing everything. It's like, fill up some of this food. Like, if you have stuff in the back, or do you not have it? Like, it was a crazy day at Target. I'd never seen it that wiped out before. I've seen their milk gone. Not to that extent. Milk is becoming an issue. Eggs are getting expensive. Milk is going bye-bye. I don't know what's going on. We're finding whole milk, but we're not finding like any 2% or skim milk. And that's everywhere around here. Kroger probably has more than anywhere. And that's not saying much. Even Aldi was low. And I didn't put it in the video when me and Jess went to Sam's Club, but there was like no milk there too, which is kind of common. I feel like our Sam's Club is usually out of milk. I guess just a lot of people buy it there. I think people, it's a good marketing design for Sam's Club because they sell those like big jugs of milk. It's 1 gallon. I think people think that they're getting more, and that's why they buy it. It's also a lot more than what it is at Kroger or Meijer too. Meijer's is still $2.19 for a gallon of milk, and I know that's crazy cheap, but you guys know we get the cheapest milk in the country, maybe the world. I don't know. We get really cheap milk around here. We're blessed for that. Kroger even lowered theirs again to $1.99. Maybe people think that it's going to start skyrocketing in price, and maybe they're buying it up. I really don't know, but milk has been hard to find. Yes, she does. If you watched our cooking video, you may have seen a shrimp wheel, which we mixed in very nicely with the Skyline chili dip, which was absolutely amazing. If you have not seen that video, you should check it out. That is something. You know, it's a special dessert. It was meant for a very special football game, and as we all know, all of our thoughts and prayers go out to Damar Hamlin. That's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing to see. And, it's just, I hope he's okay. I know he's still. There was a little bit of good news earlier that we just saw on the news that he's breathing 50% on his own. So that's good. That's a step in the right direction. But yeah, it was like, I just made this huge meal, excited for the game, and then 5 minutes into it, this terrible thing happens. And it's all of a sudden, what game? Who cares? It was like, it was all about this kid. The one thing I did not like, okay? ESPN, if you are listening to this, you should be ashamed of yourselves. They were talking about Cincinnati Hospital like it was nothing. Like, oh, it's the only #1 trauma hospital in Cincinnati. The #1 trauma hospital in the world. Get it right. #1. Doctors come to the University of Cincinnati. #1 hospital in the world. Country, at least. But I mean, so the best doctors come out of University of Cincinnati. He could not be in a better place. And I did not like the way that they were kind of dumbing that down. Like, do your research before There's always some newscaster that is always, It's funny, I give the news every day, but I hate watching the news. I just like watching the weather anymore because it's funny, because they have no idea what they're talking about. Hey, Brittany. How are you? Coupon dude, what's up? Crowd Apple Kid, hello. It was so loud there. Then it happened, you could see. Oh, yeah. Were you at the game? I had a couple friends that went to the game, and yeah, they said the same thing. They said it was so loud, such great fans, and then yeah, it got so quiet that you could hear a pin drop across the field. And Buffalo, and here's something that was I saw earlier with Zach Taylor, the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, gave a press conference, and he was saying how Buffalo and Cincinnati fans are very similar. They are. I've known that for years. When we had Andy Dalton, there was something we had done for the Buffalo team, and then they gave to the Andy Dalton Foundation. Really great people. Really good fans there in Buffalo, and great fans here too. Hundreds and hundreds of Cincinnati Bengals fans and Buffalo fans went to University Hospital to have a vigil, outside the hospital for him and everything. And it was I feel like it really united a lot of people in a time where we need to realize that there are good people out here, that they're still here. Them on the news may make you think that there's not, but there is. Good people everywhere. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know what they're going to decide for that. We're in the playoffs no matter what happens. I'm not really concerned. I'm more concerned for the players affected on both sides. You know, they say that T. Higgins is fine. T. Higgins was the one that the guy tackled. Bart Scott from ESPN was trying to blame T. Higgins for delivering a shot, right? I mean, they both hit each other. It's football, you know, and there were people calling him out on that, saying he should get fired. I agree. Bart Scott, that's some terrible, terrible comments from him. And if you didn't know this, Damar Hamlin's dad got on the media and said that they need to leave T. Higgins alone, that it is not his fault. And I really liked hearing that. I really liked hearing that, especially after that Bart Scott thing. I think it was after that had kind of spread on Twitter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. I feel like every time we play the Bills, there's something just awesome that happens. And not saying that this is awesome. I mean the unity of people that got together, awesome, to support Hamlin and all that stuff. But every time we play the every time we play the Bills, you know, very nice fans. I was there for a preseason game years ago, and there were a lot of Bills fans. I was surprised because it was a preseason game. Real nice people. Real nice. They seemed a lot like us. Really laid back, down to earth people. That's exactly right, Lorianne. Exactly right. And what most people are smarter than that. And if you're not, then we need to talk about it more. And people need to be. People need to realize that, you know, the world is not as bad as some make it out to be. You can make it better. You can be part of the difference. You can be the adventure in a lot of people's lives. You know, sorry, no pun intended. Actually, it was. That's exactly right, babe. Yeah, I wish it didn't take a tragedy for people to come together like that. And that's the thing. It's like that's what we need to do. You know, we need to come together. You know, a lot of people get together for Christmas and stuff, and you know, they go to families. If you're like us, it is house to house to house to house. It's crazy, right? But what we need to do, you know, as family and friends, you know, we need to, you know, you always say when you go to these events like Christmas and stuff that oh, we need to do this more often. You have to be the person to do that. I've learned that it's like I've learned through my life, you know, because people always say, well, if it wasn't for me calling my friends and everything, we probably wouldn't hang out. Probably right. Probably right. Because a lot of people just don't call people. I do. It's like, you know, I would go out of my way just to not out of my way, but I mean just to hang out with friends. You know, I would always call them like, hey, let's go fishing or let's go to the batting cage, something, you know, and let's have a grill out. You know, it's pretty easy to do, and you'd be surprised, you know, how much you'll enjoy it. Uh, oh yeah, exactly, Christy. Yeah, no, he's gotta feel terrible. Oh boy, I know I would. Yeah, he's got enough to go through, and he's a class act. T. Higgins is a class act, and real nice guy, and just knowing the kind of person that he is, he's very emotional. You know, I'm sure they won't say it, you know, because they asked him in the media, the coach and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow did a media event, and boy, these guys, I love our coach, Zach Taylor. You know, I mean, not only just because, you know, he's a good coach, good up and coming coach, but he is just an amazing guy. Going over there, talking with the team, going over to their locker room to see if they needed anything and all that. Lots of great support here in Cincinnati, guys. You know, and I talk about it all the time. You know, when me and Jessica first started this channel, that's our adventure every day was checking out some of the Cincinnati icons. One of them being Jeff Ruby's. So if you're one around here that watch or that knows Jeff Ruby, it's a very like upscale steakhouse. Jeff Ruby's well known in Cincinnati, and he catered a meal to DeMar's family and all that. Somebody gave them a car to borrow while they're in Cincinnati. Great people around here, guys. I love hearing stories like that. And Jeff Ruby, although it is very expensive to eat there, he is always showing up at places and just catering to people. And it's just, he's an awesome guy. It's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Carol. That's awesome. Yeah, happy birthday. Yes, Christy. Indianapolis, very awesome people as well. I did a lot of work when I was younger in Indianapolis, did a lot of painting and stuff. Always dealt with very nice people. Whoa, yeah, that's a lot, Kevin. 663. I mean, it's gotten expensive here too. I think they do sell it at Publix. Or is that where you're talking about? Yeah, I think when I was down at we have a lot of people in Ohio that retire down in Florida. They've been building skylines. There's one in Sarasota, the Skyline Restaurant, and then I think they were building one Lakewood Ranch or something. Where'd you say you live? Lakeland. No, it's not Lakeland. It's something else. I think it's like Lakewood Ranch or something. Yeah, 663 is about 80 cents higher than what a can is here. So not much more. Not really worth going to another store. And you only need one can. That's the 15-ounce can. So, yeah, you only need one 15-ounce can. And maybe a 12 by 8 glass dish. You don't want to go too much wider than that or it's going to be really thinned out. Or you'll just have to use more, which isn't a problem either. Let's see. I do too, Violet. I do too. I always love the rivalry. That Kenny Pickett, the quarterback for the Steelers, I mean, he's looking like he could be the guy here in the future. Aldi hot dog chili is good. Is it that the Brookdale? Yeah, I've tried it. It ain't bad. Gemini girl, hello to you. You're very welcome, Carol. Happy birthday. That is awesome. Brandon Thomas Productions. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Happy New Year to you. Yes, I'll tell you, like, it's been already crazy. It is the 4th of January. And guys, I'll tell you, it's already been a crazy couple days. I hated seeing Target like it was because I don't really. I mean, I don't know. I think every time I go to a store every day, there's people that know me from the channel. So maybe there's a lot of people listening now because they're showing up in some of these stores and buying up the stuff that I'm talking about. But that's okay, right? Because they'll refill. It'll get refilled. And the thing is that this is why this is why we talk about when we find the sales. It's got to be something you want, right? But buy up a few. If it's something that you're going to use in the future and you can afford it, right? It's good to buy up a couple. Oh, that was another thing. Somebody had told us, like the toilet paper at Sam's Club, I guess has gone up in some places to almost $23. Still $21.72. So I bought a whole other thing of it over here just so that I save that extra $1.50 or whatever. Dave says there is a Skyline Chili going into Flamingo Crossing in Orlando, Florida this year. That's awesome. It's like when we go to Florida, Skyline is so awesome. That's like I feel like we would stop by there just to go there to see what it's like. We have family that live down near Sarasota, and they have told us that the Skyline in Sarasota is not as good as the one up here. I tell them it's the weather. Because, when you come up here and it's 30, 40 degrees cooler than it is in Sarasota, chili just tastes a lot better, Uh, yeah, I agree with you, Dave, but I don't know. We can't be seeing stores as empty as we did at Target here. You'll see. It's pretty nuts. Probably won't be shopping there for a couple weeks. Because you're right, there is a lot of inventory coming up here in the next probably week or two. So we'll be seeing a lot of that. Don't know where it's going though. Don't know where all this stuff is going. And if the refrigeration did go down at Target, I do know that they have backup refrigerators in the back. So and that could have went out because when you see in the video, the other side of it is pretty empty too, but they have a lot of products there. So I don't know. It's crazy. That's funny, Cindy. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, Gail. Yeah, he mentioned us back in a Kroger video. And again, the one thing that I like, because at first I was like, ugh. It's always kind of weird when somebody else mentions you in their video. But I what I liked about it is the research. The guy does his research, and there's nothing. Every little thing that I saw in that kind of scary sounding, right? You got the scary music going in the background. It is scary. It is. You can either look at it that way, or you can look at it as, what are we gonna do about it, right? That's kind of how I look at it. Is instead of waiting for the bad, let's continue on with as good as we can. But I did like that he was honest honest about the research. I do my research and a lot of stuff. I may not show, but I do a little bit of research when it comes to some of these stores. Carol says, Dano, please check out the chicken going up in price. I'm sure it will because we've been seeing a lot of it on sale lately. And nowadays, when we see stuff that's on a really good sale, it's going to shoot right back up. Like, I was surprised that Meyer chicken was $1.99 a pound for the chicken breast this week. I haven't seen it that low in a while. Nor it's usually like $3.08. We saw it was $2.98 like a few weeks ago for a week, but then it went back up to 3.08. It's a good deal. Um, but we're seeing regular prices go up on their chicken. The regular price of $1.59 for the drum legs is now going to be $1.79. But this week at Meyer, if you have Meyer, Chris Stapleton, I know you shop there a lot. They got the chicken legs, 99 cents a pound. So, I mean, that's a great deal. 99 cents a pound for Meyer chicken. I would buy their chicken pretty much over anybody's. And did. I like the music and his voice, kind of like the Thriller voice from Michael Jackson. Yeah, he's got the voice for it. Oh, let's see. Yes, we have a lot of viewers from Indiana. Indiana, Illinois. I love it because we've got that direct line off of 70. 70 is a major truck route. So people that basically everybody west of us is going to be knowing the prices before I do. By the time they get to me, it's almost too late, unless it's potatoes coming down from the north or something. American Glutton says, "What's my favorite sandwich?" I don't know. That's a tough one. I feel like that changes every month. Me and actually, me, my mom, and Jess got a sandwich from Jersey Mike's a few weeks ago. I gotta tell you, that sandwich was amazing. Hadn't had Jersey Mike's in a while, and it was just delicious. It had like really good ham, like thin sliced ham, turkey. I got it Mike's Way. So if you know what that is, I'm not sure what I just. They were like, "You want it Mike's Way?" I was like, "Yeah." And they put like a little bit of oil, a little olive oil, a little vinegar. Uh, the lettuce looked good. Yeah, I did get it with lettuce, but I wanted to look at it first because we know what lettuce has been looking like. But I like how they do everything fresh there. Everything fresh. Really good white onions, thin cut white onions. Really attention to detail at Jersey Mike's. I really enjoyed it. Let's see. Very interesting about west of I-70. No, it keeps going to the coast eventually. Or wait, no, it doesn't. Or one of them hits 40 eventually, I think, in like near Las Vegas or something. Or maybe Oklahoma. I can't remember. Wendy says, I love sandwiches. Heck yeah. You cannot, to do my job here, you have to love food. You could not do this every day if you didn't love food. That's the advantage that I have of going to the stores every day. I get to look at all this interesting stuff. Got a few comments on some like world foods and stuff like that. Some different international foods. It's so funny how some of these comments come in sometimes. I think some people may see a comment about it and then they'll comment and then somebody else will. But yeah, I'll check out some the next time. Maybe check some out at Kroger tomorrow. I know they have a section there. Don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to Kroger Marketplace. I can't see going to Kroger 2 days in a row. I might though. I don't know. Kroger Part 1 and Part 2. Who knows? But if you live in Ohio, if you're one that lives in Ohio here, Jungle Gems. I mean, it is the biggest international. I think it is the biggest international food market in the world. Not just the country, the world. I know it's one of them. I'd like to get back up there. Ooh, you're right, Kevin. Yeah, the Publix sandwiches. I had one when we were down in Sarasota with Jess's family. It was delicious. Actually, I would kind of compare that to Jersey Mike's in a way. Jersey Mike's was a little bigger, but well, I mean, I guess you can get the bigger one at Publix too. I don't know, but it was really good. I have not had anything bad at Publix. I kind of did like a personal tasting at Publix a while back when I was down there, when me and Jess were down there. Didn't put it in a video or anything. Just some random Publix items and stuff. But yeah, we tried some of their like deli stuff, and I thought it was really good. Everything we had was good. Some of the stuff's a little pricey, but you know, I mean, the prices at Kroger are getting to be just, we've done some comparisons at Kroger and Publix, months ago when we were kind of going back and forth there. And it wasn't much different. I would compare Publix more to Meijer, I think, than anywhere. But even Meijer, we're starting to see a lot of good deals coming in, and we're starting to use the M-Perks a lot more too. I know a lot of you guys have been asking questions about the M-Perks has changed since we started using it. Jess has it on her phone. There is something I will mention here real quick that I forgot to mention, that if you do it on your phone, you have to remember there's a barcode, right? Now, this is something I would have forgot and got lost, but Jess remembered. There's a barcode that links everything. Now, if you have the M-Perks card, that would be the barcode to use, right? But there's a code on your phone. You will have to scan that code and then start scanning your products that you have already put into your phone on the M-Perks. A lot different than it used to be. But yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer to start using it. Our Meijer, I mean, you guys have seen the video, not many M-Perks until like the last couple weeks. That's why we're pointing them out. Like, the deals are killer. I mean, they're great. Better than Kroger deals. Ooh, Keysnose. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have that around anymore. I keep seeing like commercials and advertisements for Ponderosa. It's like, there is a Ponderosa in Ohio. It's way out in Hillsboro. Like, I mean, it's like an hour and 20-minute drive. I ain't driving an hour and 20 minutes to go to Ponderosa. But I wish there was one a little closer. Come to find out, there are 24, there's 52 of them left in the world. 24 of them in the U.S. So I know we looked up, there was one down still in Orlando. We thought that one had closed. I guess it may have closed, but they've opened it back up because we looked and it was open, and we love going down there when we go to Florida. Quiznos, you're right. Well, hello, Connie. How are you? The imperks is a little confusing. I think, I don't know. Like, I looked it up online because some people were saying that you can only get one item. If you look online, it looks like you can just keep getting them. I mean, that's what it said. That there's no limit. Now, apparently, there is up to like a $325 limit that you can spend on imperks. And I don't know, like, that sounded kind of weird, like a weird number. Maybe that's the most amount of money you can use on them in one day. But it wasn't very clear, so I didn't comment on it or put it in the comments there. I didn't mention it in the video because I really was, even after looking it up online, it seemed a little weird. And when we were going through the checkout, it was pretty long line, so I forgot to ask the lady. But next time I go to Meijer, I will. That is true, Joyce. I thought that myself. I was like, okay, you still have a card. You know, you can still do this and not worry about it. See, so does it come off though? Does it come off the price just by using your imperks card? So you don't have to clip the coupons? There's a lot of confusion in that. Because I know it seems a lot like Kroger now, and I know it didn't used to be like that, but that's kind of the question I have here, is that can you use the card without having to put your clip the products from the computer the day before, right? I know a lot of people do that with Kroger, and I'm constantly telling people like, no, you either have to do it on your computer or you have to do it on your smartphone. There's no other way. You might run into the nice cashier that will just give you the prices. And I used to run into that. I don't talk about it anymore because a lot of you guys have been saying a lot of Krogers don't do that. And I know a lot of these employees on a personal level, so that may be why they do it. But I've seen them do it for other people too, so. Yeah, Crown Apple. Ryan Steakhouse. Trying to remember. Was that the one over on the east side? Over by, I think that used to be over off of, I can't think of the name of the road. Not Madison, but, I think there used to be one over there. I've never actually eaten at Ryan Steakhouse. Piggly Wiggly, yes. I know, I've never been to Piggly Wiggly. PA Lady says, I used Imperks at Meijer the other day and bought several bottles of the barbecue sauce and got the sale price on each one. Thank you. Thank you. That's good to know. Somebody had actually said that you could only get one barbecue sauce and then the other one would be $1.89. And I was thinking to myself, like, and that was when I looked it up again and it looked like you could buy as much as you wanted. But again, I didn't comment on it because, anytime you look stuff up on Google, you never really know. You got to do some extensive research. Alrighty. Well, guys, it's been a fun chat tonight. I think I'm gonna have to call it, guys. I am just exhausted. I've had like 3 hours of sleep in the last 2 days. Oh, that's a good question. I have to go with Red Lobster biscuits. I love Texas Roadhouse though, and I love the cinnamon butter that goes with the. But I don't know the ones that I probably am more excited because Texas Roadhouse. It's like when you go to Texas Roadhouse, it's going to be a good meal no matter what it is. Red Lobster too, I guess. But yeah, I look pretty forward to those Boston lobster rolls. Thank you, Violet. You too. Yes. Oh yeah, I can eat some lobster too now. Oh yeah. I know. Like I was talking to, we had gone not too long ago. Well, it's been a little while, but we were talking about going up to Maine sometime. A friend of mine who had gone to Maine went to a. It's $25 a person. It's expensive, but it's endless lobster. You can eat all the lobster you want. I'll put them out of business. All right, guys. Yes, thank you. Oh, the Texas Roadhouse. Yes, I knew somebody would answer that. They're really good too. They're really good. I used to like O'Charlie's rolls. Those real nice, crisp on the outside and real fluffy on the inside. But they changed them. They changed them at the one by us anyway. They don't taste the same. All right, guys. Yes, time for bed. Thank you all for listening to my rant tonight. I hope any other YouTubers that may come across this realize that it's not just you. Hopefully, they have all this fixed. Hopefully, it's fixed by the time I get done with the live show here. My next email to YouTube will be directing them to this video. No, I mean, I know those. I can't imagine working for YouTube. They're probably busy constantly. They probably got guys that sleep for like an hour and then get back on their computer and start working on stuff because there's so many issues they deal with. I completely understand. But again, the most important thing is getting the information out here. Now that I know what I'm dealing with and now I know what I got to do, I'll be a step ahead of the game. Hopefully. And knock on wood, that's all that happens. So, guys, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. What a great night. Glad I did this. Made me feel a lot better. Hopefully, made you guys feel better. I also wanted to do this because I know, we got people on here that worry about us when we don't show up for a day. That's one thing when you do something every day and then you don't show up for a day, you think something's wrong. Always know that if that's the case, I will put a community post on the channel just to make sure that we let you know what's going on. I did put a community post on there today, but everybody doesn't really see those. They don't pop up as a notification or anything. So unless you're on YouTube at 8:30 when I would post it, you may not see it. But guys, thank you so much for joining tonight. We'll see you in the video tomorrow, and then Friday we will be doing another live show somewhere 7:30 to 8. I will be well rested and ready to chat. You guys have a good night. Thank you all so much. Oh yeah, the adventure's out there.